Wait, what? So this happened. I'm Rachel Velis, and this is the podcast Hell is Not the End, although it feels like just the beginning sometimes. Is anything really the end, though? This podcast is meant to explore the limitless possibilities of one's own soul. Why do people do bad things? Why are there countless happenings beyond understanding? Why, when we are cautioned not to do something, do we just do it anyway? The definition of curiosity, a strong desire to know or learn something. There you have it. I will curiously explore why. Hell is not the end. Hey, everybody. It's been a while since we've actually had a real interview episode. So I have my buddy Brown back so we can talk about. What's the topic, Brown?
Today we're gonna be talking about the Rake.
The what?
The Rake. It's a cryptid / creepypasta. It's pretty neat. And since I felt like we should do something spooky for Halloween season.
Sure.
So.
What you got?
Yeah. So I guess we'll jump right into it.
That dates this episode. This is going to come out in either November or December.
It totally
sweet.
does, right? I was
All
just
right,
thinking
so
about
we're
that
gonna
too.
have a
But it's okay.
spooky
So, but in the moment,
Thanksgiving.
we are celebrating our Halloween. Like just celebrating, like loving Halloween and being creepy pasta, or whatever it is. And then, if it doesn't come out during Halloween, just know that we had it in mind.
Yeah. So. Let's see here. Summer of 2003, Northeast USA, like mostly rural New York and some areas in Idaho. People have been telling stories about encounters with a hairless humanoid entity. And what's strange is that their emotions towards this entity range from a childish sense of playfulness to traumatic levels of sheer terror. So,
Ooh, that's like a wide. That's
Yeah.
like really wide. So tell us, like, so playfulness, but then like nightmarish. Okay, go ahead.
exactly, and yes, people are describing it the same way, except for some people say, oh, it's just like a puppy.
So some people have had like good experiences, and some people have not.
I mean, some people straight up been killed by this thing.
Okay, do explain.
So, in my research, I couldn't find some of the exact stories where it killed people. However, I do have at the end of the story, I'll save it for last, a suicide note from somebody who witnessed it.
Okay.
So
Wait, a suicide note from somebody who witnessed him killing somebody?
No, just the Rake. It scared him so much.
It's like the
Yeah, he
white
killed himself.
chupacabra.
The white chupacabra, you dork.
Yeah. Let's see. So,
Okay, now I feel like that should be an episode. No, anyways, go ahead.
so let's see here. I'll read off some of these stories and witness testimonies and whatnot. So, the first one I got, a journal entry from 1880, translated from Spanish. Let's see.
1880. I thought you said 2003 was the first.
That was when. That's what sparked. I think I missed.
Or did that
Oh,
spark?
sorry, I missed a very crucial piece of information here.
Oh, okay. Can we
So-
get back to that crucial information, Brown?
So, these people who have been spotting the Rake in New York and Northeast USA, several of these people have got together to try to uncover origins / the true nature of this thing. And in 2006, they collected roughly 24 documents between the 12th century to present day, and they span over 4 continents.
Huh.
Yeah, so they kind of did their research on this thing.
Okay.
And here's one of the journal entries.
Okay. Go ahead and I have something to say, but go ahead.
Well,
Go ahead.
no,
No.
okay,
You go
okay,
first.
okay. I've experienced the greatest terror. I've experienced the greatest terror. I've experienced the greatest terror. I see his eyes
you
when
already
I
said
close
that.
my mind. When I close, he wrote it 3 times.
Okay.
I see his eyes when I close mine. They are hollow, black. They saw me and pierced me. His wet hand. I will not sleep. his voice.
His wet hand sounds creepy.
Unintelligible text.
His wet hand.
Apparently, he just came out of the bathroom and just washed his hands or something. I
And
don't
he
know.
didn't wipe them all the way, so
I
they're
guess.
still wet?
Yeah, they're still wet.
Stop it.
It's like an anime zoom in, and it's like
Just dripping.
It's just dripping. Oh, God.
I don't know why that's the feature.
I don't...
Maybe they just spotted Chance Hine.
Oh, my
That's
God,
what he
I hope
hands
he
himself.
doesn't listen. That's so mean.
Oh, so that's the first journal entry. So what was it you wanted to say?
So I picked up something.
Okay.
Someone just brought up that godforsaken creepypasta, the Rake, and now I can never sleep ever again for the rest of my life.
Nice.
Right? And I'm like, what? I'm like, dude. I'm like, okay, so I've seen pictures of this thing.
Uh-huh.
And if you guys have ever seen brown, the Rake looks like brown. Okay? So really, it's not that creepy.
That was just when I had my hair shorter.
No, it's your
now he looks like
spindliness.
Jason Newsted.
Jason Newsted is what brown looks like now, just so you guys know. Okay. Anyways, read your next one.
Anyways, the next is a mariner's log from 1691. He came to me in my sleep. From the foot of my bed, I felt a sensation.
You fell from the foot of your bed?
Fell.
I think you're okay. You fell from the foot of your bed.
It was a wild night. From the foot of my bed, I felt a sensation. He took everything. We must return to England. We shall not return here again at the request of the Rake. So
he's like, hey, don't come back? Or
yeah, I guess
like,
the
what
Rake.
happened?
I guess the Rake said, "Beat it, skip town."
Or do you think he left him a note, or do you think he told him in person?
I
He
think-
like
I think
slipped
he-
it
I
under his
think he-
bedroom note, and he's like, hey, under his bedroom door, where he's like, oh, hey, he's like, don't come back.
I think he slipped him an eviction notice.
Leave or die.
Yeah, exactly. And it scared him so much that he went to England. Ooh.
Oh my god, shut up! That sounds so stupid. Just, you know.
Okay, a witness from 2006. Now this one's a long one, and this is the most descriptive one.
The one that we can feel the terror.
Yes,
Let's
this
do
is
this.
like a story.
Let's do this.
3 years ago, I had just returned from a trip from Niagara Falls with my family for the 4th of July. We were all very exhausted after a long day of driving, so my husband and I put the kids right to bed and called it a night. At about 4 a.m., I woke up thinking my husband had gotten up to use the restroom. I used the moment to steal back the sheets, only to wake him in the process. I apologized and told him I thought he got up out of bed. When he turned to face me, he gasped and pulled his feet up from the end of the bed so quickly his knee almost knocked me out of the bed. He then grabbed me and said nothing. After adjusting to the dark for half a second, I was able to see what caused the strange reaction. At the foot of the bed, sitting and facing away from us, there was what appeared to be a naked man, or a large hairless dog of some sort. Its body position was disturbing and unnatural, as if it had been hit by a car or something. For some reason, I was not instantly frightened by it, but more concerned as to its condition. At this point, I was somewhat under the assumption that we were supposed to help him. My husband was peering over his arm and knee, tucked into the fetal position, occasionally glancing at me before returning to the creature. In a flurry of motion, the creature scrambled around the side of the bed and then crawled quickly in a flailing sort of motion right along the bed until it was less than a foot away from my husband's face. The creature was completely silent for about 30 seconds, or probably closer to 5. It seemed like a while. Just looking at my husband, the creature then placed its hand on his knee and ran into the hallway, leading to the kids' rooms. I screamed and ran for the light switch, planning to stop him before he hurt my children. When I got to the hallway, the light from the bedroom was enough to see it. Crouching and hunched over about 20 feet away, he turned around and looked directly at me, covered in blood. I flipped the switch on the wall and saw my daughter Clara.
Clara.
Clara, yes. The creature ran down the stairs while my husband and I rushed to help our daughter. She was very badly injured. and spoke only once more in her short life. She said, "He is the Rake." My husband drove his car into the lake that night while rushing our daughter to the hospital. They did not survive. Being a small town, news got around pretty quickly. The police were helpful at first, and the local newspaper took a lot of interest as well. However, the story was never published, and the local television news never followed up either. For several months, my son Justin and I stayed in a hotel near my parents' house after we decided to return home. I began looking for answers myself. I eventually located a man in the next town over who had a similar story. We got in contact and began talking about our experiences. He knew of 2 other people in New York who had seen the creature we now referred to as the Rake. It took the 4 of us about 2 solid years of hunting on the internet and writing letters to come up with a small collection of what we believe to be encounters of the Rake. None of them gave any details, history, or follow-up. One journal had an entry involving the creature in its first 3 pages and never mentioned it again. A ship's log explained nothing of the encounter, saying only that they were told to leave by the Rake. I think that was that previous one we read.
Right, I think so too.
That was the last entry in the log.
Okay.
Let's see.
Whose log is this? And I'm really questioning how people are like in their beds because like they do not know how to function.
Yeah.
They're like either falling off the edge of the bed or like they're kicking each other in the bed. Like what's happening with the bed? Anyways, okay.
All right.
So are you done?
No, there's a little bit more.
No. I meant with that one story.
Yes.
Yeah. No. Go for it.
Actually, no, not with this story. This story is a little bit more.
Okay.
There were, however, many instances. There were, however, many instances where the creature's visit was one of a series of visits with the same person. Multiple people also mentioned being spoken to, my daughter included. This led us to wonder if the Rake had visited any of us before our last encounter. I set up a digital recorder near my bed and left it running all night, every night, for 2 weeks. I would tediously scan through the sounds of me rolling around in my bed each day when I woke up. By the end of the 2nd week, I was quite used to the occasional sound of sleep while... I was quite used to the occasional sound of sleep.
Can you not read your own writing here? What's happening?
This isn't my writing. This is the story.
Dang, you know, funny. God.
I was quite used to being... whatever. I can't read this.
Look, I was quite used to being...
I was quite used to the occasional sound of sleep while blurring through the recording at 8 times the normal speed. This took almost an hour every day. On the first day of the 3rd week, I thought I heard something different. What I found was a shrill voice. It was the Rake. I can't listen to it long enough to even begin to transcribe it. I haven't let anyone listen to it yet. All I know is that I've heard it before, and now I believe that it spoke to me while it was sitting in front of my husband. I don't remember hearing anything at that time, but for some reason, the voice on the recorder immediately brings back that moment. And that's it.
Does it say what year that is?
I think it's 2006.
2006. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's so strange. Does it say where it is? I didn't catch if you said a location. Or are
like
we
New
still,
York.
Are we still
Rural
going
New
like
York.
New York
Yeah,
area?
that area.
Okay. I was going to say, because that's kind of interesting, because it's just like where she took the time to like record that every night and like listen to it again and again and then find the anomalies in it. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Oh, and I hope AJ's okay. He tripped over there a second ago.
Yeah,
I hope he's
I'm
fine,
good.
by the way.
I'm okay.
Okay, he's fine. He says he's fine, guys. Okay.
Okay,
He
don't worry.
He made a sound and I was like, you okay? Okay.
He hasn't died yet.
You're right. Exactly. Anyways, so that's cool. So this dude comes up and he's like totally, obviously creepy. The Rake. All I want to say is the fake. But like it's funny that people. Well, they're probably not real accounts, right? Are they fictional accounts or?
Who knows?
That's what I'm saying.
Who knows? I do have one more though.
After all the stuff that you and I talk about, I feel like sometimes like there's some real in the fake and some fake in the real.
Exactly. But I do have one more. It's a suicide note from 1964.
Please.
It reads, As I prepare to take my life, I feel it necessary to assuage any guilt or pain I have introduced through this act. It is not the fault of anyone other than him, for once I awoke and felt its presence, and once I awoke and saw his form. Once again I awoke and heard his voice, and looked into his eyes. I cannot sleep without fear of what I might wake to experience. I cannot ever wake. Goodbye.
Jeez.
Yeah, a little extreme.
At the end, too, it's just like, bye.
Yeah, bye.
Dude.
Like, so he just watches you sleep every now and then. You don't want to kill yourself over it. It's not that big a deal.
Thanks for nonchalantly going over that. Like, oh, it's no big deal. Somebody's watching when you're sleeping. Whatever.
It's just like a hairless dog or whatever.
No,
naked
but
man.
I find it very creepy that the encounters for, well, the so-called encounters for people, they're totally different. Mm-hmm. They're not even the same. And you're just like, okay, so where's the pattern, people? The only pattern is that it's a similar looking being that they think they see.
And it speaks to
that
them.
they see.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't mean to, like...
Yes.
Okay, I know it's not real, but I'm just saying. It's still... I don't want to be, like, rude.
No,
but,
you're good.
Yeah, no, this is...
It's all right.
Oh, my God. So, anyways.
It's just a spooky story. Probably.
Oh, no, totally. Because
it's going to come out at Thanksgiving.
Coming to you, Thanksgiving. No, just kidding. Like, I just mean, like, it's weird how, like, these stories get out there. And, like, the creepypastas are totally leaning on urban legends-ish, in a way.
Yes.
So, like, but it's just, it's weird how, like, it spins out of nothing. And then you're like, no, I saw it. And you're like, you did not. And you're like, no, tell me. Tell me anyways. I don't believe you. Tell me anyways. Uh-huh. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm just like, tell me. I want to know. So,
yeah.
Anyways, so if I can ask, how did, like, so doing the research and, like doing the stories and stuff like that, how did this, the rake affect you?
See, the rake
It must have given you some kind of feeling.
Oh, you see, yeah, because when I was really young, I remember the neighbor kids used to tell me stories about seeing the rake in the local woods next door, and, like, it was one of those things. Like, yeah, I mean, it was all BS, of
was
course,
it Roland?
trying to scare me. No, I didn't know Roland at the time. This was back in my Georgia days, back in down south.
So in Georgia, you could believe
back when they actually had,
there
like,
was the rake in your yard,
yeah,
looking
exactly,
at you.
Exactly.
So dark.
And the rake was always, like, one of the scary ones for me, because, like, there's all these other urban legends and creepypastas and stuff, but they never really scared me. But the rake was kind of one of those ones that really creeped me out.
Yeah, and I don't know if AJ can jump on or not, but it makes me wonder, when he was, like, 10-ish or, like, younger, did you have a creepypasta story that, like, freaked you out? Were you even into that stuff?
I just kind of heard of them through Riley, and I was like, oh, that's...
Yeah, Riley had some good stories. She'd always be like, what did you hear? There's this one? Or did you hear about this one? And I'd be like, it's not real, right? Or is it?
Yeah. Like Bigfoot? We should do a Bigfoot episode.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
Episode 100, we should do Bigfoot.
Yeah. He said, Dyatlov Pass. How do you say that?
Dyatlov Pass.
That's where he is.
He's on the Dyatlov Pass.
Yeah, he's up there. Yeah,
That's
totally.
where he is. He's chilling with them.
Yeah, he's like, I got this. Yeah. But anyways, like, totally. It just, because, like, it's so funny to hear, like, so you've been living with this for, like, half your life.
Oh, yeah. Like,
knowing that this could be a thing.
Yeah, the rake, like, it was one of my, like, early childhood favorites, like, with the chupacabra and the Bigfoot and, like...
Do you believe in the chupacabra? Chupacabra?
Yeah,
do you believe in him?
Sure, why not?
What does he look like? Have you ever seen pictures?
He's like
no, because he's
lizard
not...
dog thing.
Well,
allegedly.
Allegedly. No, not exactly.
But then they actually, like, caught one, and it's just a dog.
They didn't catch one. Nobody caught one. Nobody catches one. It's not that easy. You can't just catch a ghost.
It's a chupacabra.
You cannot catch it. Nobody caught one. That's not a thing.
AJ shrugs.
AJ's like, I think I saw a
Whose side are you
picture.
taking?
You don't catch a chupacabra. It's not a thing.
Yes, you can. Put a zip tie around it. You got it.
A zip tie. No.
Put like one of those plastic like 6-pack drink things around his neck, like you do with the turtles.
Oh my God, I was thinking penguins.
That too, yeah.
Poor little things. Let's not talk about that at all. And we're not zip tying anything. Okay. Anyways.
For Bryce's hair.
Yeah.
Burning it.
Yeah,
AJ
so
doesn't like my hair.
AJ doesn't like your hair? How many comments have I made on your hair?
I thought you loved my hair.
I don't love
I know,
your hair.
she
I
secretly
don't love
loves my
anything
hair.
about Brown.
She secretly loves
I don't like anything about Brown. Okay.
But out
Don't
of
love
all
it.
of AJ's friends,
Don't love it.
you don't like me the least.
Okay, Betty White.
Go ahead and do the spiel.
I don't like you. But out of all of AJ's friends, I don't like you the least.
That's how I feel about Brown. He's funny. I hate his hair, and he looks like the Rake.
I do look like the Rake. I'm white and spindly.
He's spindly. If you guys don't get what that is, it's not normal.
Just look up the Rake. That's
it's just
me.
not normal. It's just not normal.
Yeah. I'm just weird and white.
Anyways, anything else you want to touch on that there?
No, I think I've covered the story pretty well here. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Bryce, before the episode. Oh, it'll be like 11 minutes if we're lucky.
Yeah.
22 minutes later.
Has it actually been 22 minutes?
Okay.
It's because I stumbled.
Brown
Stuttered
goes
so much
on
trying to
and
read. I was
on
like,
and on and on and on when he thinks he has nothing, but he's like, I want to come on. I want to talk about this like Rake thing, and AJ and I are like, what?
Like the gardening tool?
Right. We're like, yeah, I've used a rake.
I've used it to rake up my leaves.
It's an East Coast thing.
We had rakes in LA. Shut up.
You
Anyways,
guys don't have leaves.
yeah, we did.
Palm
Why was I always in the garden?
Exactly.
Palm ferns.
Okay, whatever. You know what? Okay. Anyways, blah, 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 blah. Now we're getting off topic. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and end this episode on a good note and just let everybody know I really hate Brown's hair,
Yes.
but he's a good sport. He's a great sport about it, though. He lets us make fun of him.
I just
And-
cry when I go to sleep.
And,
They don't
and
know.
I appreciate that about him, that he's usually normal.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What?
But normal's relative.
What?
Okay.
What?
It's you guys stop it. Stop it. Okay, I'm trying to be serious. Anyway, special thanks to our special guest, Brown.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Bryce James Gant. That's his
yes.
like real name.
James Bryce Gant is my full legal name.
I messed up the
You
order.
did. I used to argue with my parents when I was younger
No,
because I
it's
didn't
cool, it's cool.
understand.
It's
that
cool. No.
you have
I
a
just
middle name.
I just misspoke. I'm sorry. He's
I
got
used
a
to
real
argue with
name.
my parents and tell them my first name was Bryce and then it was Bryce James. Like, no, we named you. It's James Bryce. I was like, no, it's not.
You're like,
You're trying to
did you say
argue your
you
name?
just said it with like a lisp. You're
Yeah.
like, no, it's not.
No, it's not. I was not the brightest child.
Obviously. Anyway, so
I
lovingly.
can't believe you argued that.
I used
know,
to
it's not
think
funny.
U-Haul was named after the state.
Huh? Oh my God. Okay. Okay, this is getting off in a
Okay,
tangent.
yeah, sorry.
So can I just say
Yes.
thanks, Brown? That's what you get.
You're welcome.
Sorry about your name.
It's okay. It's unfortunate, but I'll survive.
Anyways, thanks for AJ for
Yes, thank you, AJ.
like being back and trying to help us out.
Yes.
And special thanks to Brown. Done.
Of course. So long.
Thanks so much for listening. I am Rachel Velis, and this is the podcast Hell is Not the End.